Hello, puglets of the world. So, I just took a shower and, after I was all done and stuff, I went to observate my friend Ryan's channel. And I noticed that he made a video on the first, on when we first met. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm stealing his idea. I just figured that it would be better if, like, at both sides of the story. So Ryan, if you watch this, I'm not stealing your idea. Just, it's a thing. So, my hair's terrible right now. So, originally what happened was I lived way on the other side of town, and mid-school year we moved over to, well, obviously the side of town that I'm currently living on. So it wasn't really possible for me to go to any other school than Stockdale because Stockdale is right down the street from where I live. So I was going to have to go to Stockdale pretty much completely blind. I had no idea what the layout of the campus was. I had no friends that go... Well, I knew one person who went to Stockdale. Her name was Chanel. And even if we weren't super good friends... but pretty much my first day at Stockdale was pretty close. It was pretty bad. So the first day I got called up to the counselor's office, and they said that recently, like, they were informed by the other school that I attended before this, Olivier Middle School, that I had signs of depression and drug use. So, yeah, they asked me if I was on any drugs, or if I had any drugs with me, and if I was hurting myself, which at the time I was, but, yeah, so you can see where that was an issue, because when I came back to class, my teacher proceeded to ask me if I had any drugs with me, or if I was high. So obviously that created a great atmosphere. The people around me loved me. No. It created a lot of enemies from the very beginning of school. So the first day, I was approached by a young man, not Ryan, that's later down the story, who asked me why I have a long hair. Or not a long hair, why I have long hair. I told him I like it that way, and he called me a faggot. So I threatened to bash his nose up into his skull. So I got detention the first day. I think it was by the end of the week. I was just so done with shit. I was pretty much ready to just ditch school every day of the year. And then I met someone named Matthew, very first period. My teacher actually teamed me up with him, even though I didn't want to be with him. And he liked metal, I liked metal. I mean, we weren't the best of friends, but it was something. So, I went to hang out with him. And during PE that day, right? Again, I didn't know anyone, so I'm sitting on the bleachers all alone. I'm reading a book, I believe it was the Great Telltale, no. It was Great Tales of Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know why that's so important, but yeah. That's when I was approached by someone. A young man that we have all come to know as Ryan Mendiosa. Now, I'm not good with people. First off, I'm not going to lie. I thought he was on drugs. I'm sorry, Ryan, but you probably thought I was on drugs too. So, but I was really surprised that somebody actually came up to me with kind intention, because people usually don't. The reason why I met my friends every other time before was literally because I hurt them. They wanted to fight me, or something along those lines, or they came up and made a stupid comment and I'd hit them. Or they'd swing at me and I'd nail them in the face or something like that. And so I was really honestly surprised that he came up and talked to me like a normal person. So he compliments me on my bag. In hindsight, I had just watched like 4 episodes of Attack on Titan. I actually finished the series later, and the manga too. And I was just like, that's a bag, and I need a bag, so I'm gonna buy that bag. And again, I was addicted to Monster. I still am, just not as bad. I had about 6 monsters in my backpack that day, and no school supplies. I think I had like a pencil, and maybe some pieces of crumpled up paper. So the fact that he came up to me was really weird. I was wearing a Crown of the Empire shirt, which is probably why, because I looked emo. And so he came up to me and he was like, hey, like your bag thing. And I was like, thanks, bro. Me being the awkward person I am. So I didn't really talk to him for the rest of the period. I continued to read my book. He kind of was there, but I didn't really acknowledge his existence. But at one point it like, I was walking out and I was like, this is my chance to make a friend. Like, it is literally like the perfect setup. This person looks freaking emo. I can get along with him. Like, he doesn't hate crappy. Well, he doesn't like crappy music. So I was just like, hey, want a monster? Even though I had like 6 of them, which I probably shouldn't drink 6 monsters in hindsight. But so, he was like, first off, he looks baffled. I think he was surprised that I even acknowledged his existence. I'm surprised that I did, honestly. Because I don't usually talk to people. And second, I was honestly very terrified. Because I didn't know, like, what he was going to say. Like, he could have called me a faggot and walked off, and that would have been it. But no, he took the monster, right? And I just kind of sit back down. I'm waiting for the bell ring, and he begins to walk off into the distance. And so, with like an emo hair flip and a twinkle of the eye, he was off towards the magical land of the libraries, which I love libraries, honestly. I lived right down the street from the library. I'm really happy. But so I was like, like, there's not really anyone there. Like, for him, I guess. I don't know. Scratch that. I was like, he looks lonely. And I kind of know how it was to be lonely. And my sword's going to fall and cut off my leg. So I took the second move of the day, which, honestly, I probably won't be able to do this again. I walked up to him and physically poked him on the shoulder. I'm terrified of walking up to people, and talking to them, so physical contact is pretty big deal. And I was like, you can hang out with me and these guys if you want. Like, I only know like one of them, but yeah. I only knew Matthew. There are several other people. I only remember a few of them, actually, but so pretty much my time at Stockdale was mostly spent with Ryan and Sebastian. Me, Ryan, and Sebastian, like, I guess me and Sebastian met through Matthew. They were friends since, like, middle school or something. So that was cool. I should have said Baby. I gave out his real name now. But, like, Ryan, like, honestly, like, I've kind of gotten more comfortable with people mostly because Ryan will not talk to people for anything, so I'm forced to do so. Like, if we're going to order food at some place, he'll give me his money and be like, you do it. And you know, I will do it. I mean, I don't care. It's not a big deal to me anymore. It used to be. But it's like really, we're like super good friends at this point. Like, you know, it's weird because all the friends that I introduced him to, I literally don't even talk to them aside from Sebastian. Like Matthew, Kayla, Daisy, and I don't even remember the other ones. I don't talk to them at all. They're all scared of me. But yeah, it's like our friendships were just like supposed to happen. I don't know, cause it's like I remember him saying, like, I have a really dark sense of humor, and I was like, mine's probably worse. Which, like, if you heard some of the things I said, they're pretty bad. Like when I was sitting in math class, and my teacher was like, "Okay, guys, time for a math test," and I was like, "I'd rather have my intestines ripped out and tied in various knots in front of my face," and she sent me out of class, which was fun. But yeah, ever since that fateful day, me and Ryan have been we're best friends, like, no lie. And we spend a lot of time skating and just playing games and being idiots. Like, one of the things that we always talk about is how our jokes are so long and complicated. Like, literally, if you were not there, like, there are some jokes that we have been playing out for like the last 3 months. And like, it's weird, it's complicated, but it's cool to have a friend who isn't an idiot. Like, and really, like, it's just a lot of fun. Especially with the whole YouTube thing, he's been super encouraging of me. And he's like really helped me a lot, and even when I pester him a lot, because I do pester him a lot, he doesn't get frustrated and he doesn't get mad. He just kind of goes with it, which is really cool. A lot of people don't have patience for me. But yeah, that's my side of this story. It all started with a council call thinking I'm on drugs, and it ended with YouTube. So, have a wonderful night. I will put a link to Ryan's channel in the description below, and peace out, Holmes.